after hundreds of hours inside Claude Code, and after reading how thousands of people describe the way they use it, I can tell you there are exactly four kinds of users. Same tool, same subscription, same model. And the person at level 4 is getting roughly 10 times the output of the person at level 1. Not because they are smarter and not because they are more technical. I have seen non technical founders operating at level 4 and senior engineers with 10 years of experience stuck at level 2. The difference is one variable. And by the end of this video, you will know exactly which level you are on. Because every level has telltale signs that you cannot fake your way past. Fair warning, level 2 is the trap. It feels incredibly productive. Most people watching this are at level 2 and are convinced they are at level 3. There is a brutal 30-second test in the middle of this video that settles it. And for every level, I will give you the single move that promotes you to the next one this week, not someday. So here is the ladder. Level 1, the copy paster. Level 2, the prompter. Level 3, the delegator. Level 4, the orchestrator. Let's find out where you live. Before we walk the floors, you need the one variable that separates them because it is not knowledge and it is definitely not prompting skill. Every level is defined by a single question: who does the work and who checks it? At level 1, you do the work and the AI gives advice. At level 2, the AI does the typing, but you steer every single step. At level 3, the AI does the whole task and you check the finished result. At level 4, the AI does many tasks at once. The system checks the work, and your job is to design that system. That is the entire ladder. And notice what is not on it: years of coding, model knowledge, clever prompt tricks. The ladder measures exactly one thing: how much you trust the machine and how carefully you have engineered that trust. Level 1, ground floor. Let's go. The copy paster. You will recognize this person instantly, and there is a decent chance you are this person. The copy paster uses Claude Code like a very expensive chat window. They ask a question, Claude writes the code, and then here is the tell: they read it and retype or paste it in themselves. Some never even open the terminal. They live in a browser tab, copy their file into the chat, copy the answer back out, and then stitch everything together by hand. Piece by piece, telltale signs. Score yourself. 1. You have said, can you write me a function that sometime this week? 2. When Claude offers to edit the file directly, you feel a small spike of fear. 3. Your workflow has a clipboard in the middle of it. 4. When Claude gets something wrong, you fix it by hand instead of telling Claude to fix it. If that stings, no shame. Every level 4 operator on Earth started exactly here because this level was never about ability. It is about trust. You do not yet believe the machine can touch your files without breaking something, and the cost is brutal. At this level, the AI saves you minutes. It types faster than you do. That is the entire benefit. You bought a self-driving car and you are using it as a map. The upgrade out of level 1 takes one afternoon. Pick a real task, a small one, and let Claude Code do the entire thing inside your actual project, not a snippet, the whole task. And do it in plan mode. So the fear has a handrail. In plan mode, Claude is not allowed to touch anything. It reads your files, researches the problem, and presents you a plan. And nothing happens until you approve it. You literally cannot get hurt. So read the plan, approve it, and then watch what happens. It edits the files, it runs the code, it checks its own output. Something clicks in your brain the first time you watch it verify its own work. That is the moment the chat window dies for you forever. Do this once and you are level 2 by dinner. Level 2, the prompter. This is where most people live, and I need to be careful here Because level 2 feels amazing. The prompter has let Claude in. It edits files. It runs commands. It does real work. Their output has genuinely doubled. And they will tell you the tool changed their life. And they have hit an invisible ceiling they cannot see. Because the prompter supervises every single step. They give an instruction, watch it run, give the next instruction, watch that. Their sessions are conversations with 100 turns. Telltale signs. Score yourself honestly. 1. You have typed the word continue. Or, yes, go ahead, more than 10 times in a single session. 2. You re explain your project to Claude every single morning. This is the framework we use. Remember, do not touch that folder. 3. You sit and physically watch the terminal while it works. Actually watch it, like a microwave. 4. Your longest session this week was 3 hours. One context window, stretched until the answers got noticeably dumber. Here is the trap of level 2. It scales 1 to 1 with your attention. Claude works when you watch. The moment you stand up, production stops. You did not hire a worker. You bought a very fast pair of hands, and the hands are still yours. The jump from level 2 to level 3 is the biggest jump on this ladder, and it is not a feature you enable. It is an identity change. Quick 30-second pause, because the next level is the entire reason I made this video. The jump to level 3 is where your output finally detaches from your hours, and it starts with the 30-second test I promised you at the top. If this framework is already putting names on things you have felt for months, that is what this channel does every week. I run real experiments on my own machine and publish them with receipts. So you do not burn your evenings finding this stuff out the hard way. Subscribing is free and takes 1 second. Do it now and let's take the test. Here is the test. One question. It is 8 p.m. Your laptop is closed. You are at dinner. What is Claude doing right now? Sit with that for a second. If the honest answer is nothing, it is waiting for me to come back and type something. Then you are at level 1 or level 2. I do not care how good your prompts are. I do not care that it edits your files. If the machine only produces value while your eyes are pointed at it, you are the bottleneck. Full stop. Level 3 and level 4 people answer that question differently. It is finishing the refactor I briefed it on this afternoon. It is running the database migration, and my phone will buzz if it needs me. The ladder splits exactly here at 8 p.m. Everything below this line trades your attention for output. Everything above it does not. Send that question to the friend who will not stop talking about their prompts. Which level they are becomes obvious in one sentence. Level 3, the delegator. The delegator does not prompt. They brief. And you can hear the difference. The prompter says, open the payments file. Now find the tax function. Now change the rounding. The delegator writes 5 lines once. Here is the goal. Here are the constraints. Here is what done looks like. The tests pass and the build is green. Go. And then, and this is the part that actually matters, they leave. They come back and review the finished work the way a senior engineer reviews a pull request. The result, not the keystrokes. Telltale signs that you are genuinely level 3 and not a level 2 in denial. 1. There is a Claude.md file in your project root. So the machine already knows your stack, your conventions, and your do not touch list, and it reads it automatically at the start of every session. You never re-explain anything. 2. You have pre-approved the commands you trust in your settings, so Claude is not stopping to ask permission every 40 seconds. 3. There is a way for Claude to check its own work without you, usually tests, and your brief ends with keep going until they pass. 4. This week you did something else entirely. A meeting, the gym, dinner, while a task ran to completion. The delegator's secret is boring and profound. They stopped optimizing prompts and started engineering trust. Guardrails instead of supervision. And here is the good news: the upgrade to level 3 is 3 files and 1 habit. File 1, Claude.md in your project root. What this project is, how to run the tests, what to never touch. Write it once. Claude loads it automatically every session, and the morning re explanation ritual is gone forever. File 2, your settings file. Pre approve the commands you trust and hard block the ones you fear. That kills the permission nagging, and it means the scary commands physically cannot run. File 3 is not even a file, it is a sentence, and it is the habit that changes everything. End every brief with run the tests and do not stop until they pass. You just handed the machine a definition of done that it can check without you in the room. Brief, leave, review. Run that loop for 1 week, and the 8 p.m. question starts having a very different answer. Level 4, the orchestrator. Almost nobody is here. And the strange thing is, the people who did not get here by learning more features. They got here by asking one greedy question. If I can trust one Claude working alone, why am I only running one? The orchestrator runs a fleet. 3, 4, 5 sessions in parallel, each one working in its own separate copy of the project, so they can never step on each other's changes. One is building the feature. One is hunting a bug. One is writing the documentation. Their rules are not polite suggestions in a prompt anymore. They are enforced by hooks, small tripwires that physically block a dangerous command before it runs, kick off the test suite after every single edit, and ping their phone the moment work finishes. Their repeatable workflows live in skills. Playbooks, the machine loads on demand. So the 50th code review runs exactly like the first one. And here is the part that separates them completely. Claude Code stopped being an app they open. It runs headless, from scripts, on schedules, inside their pipelines. That job at 3 a.m. that reads the overnight bug reports and drafts the fixes before anyone wakes up, that is a Claude. Nobody was at a keyboard. Look at what happened to the job on each floor of this tower. The copy paster asks, the prompter instructs, the delegator briefs, the orchestrator designs the org chart. Their calendar looks wrong. Empty mornings, long quiet blocks. And their output looks like a team's output because it is one. It is just not made of people. Now, let me be honest about level 4 because nobody else is. It is not free and it is not magic. The orchestrator pays 2 real costs. Cost 1. Review becomes the job. When 5 agents produce finished work all day, your bottleneck moves to reading it, judging it, and catching the subtle garbage before it ships. If you cannot review quickly, parallel agents do not give you leverage. They manufacture chaos at scale. Cost 2. The system needs maintenance. The Claude.md files, the hooks, the skills. They rot if you ignore them, just like any code base. Which is why the real level 4 move is to start embarrassingly small. 2 sessions, not 5. 1 hook, the one that blocks the single command that scares you the most. 1 skill, for the task you have already briefed more than 3 times. The fleet grows 1 trusted worker at a time, exactly like a real team does. So let's put the whole ladder on one screen because there are 3 truths hiding in it. Level 1, the copy paster. You do the work, the AI advises. Level 2, the prompter. The AI types, you steer every step, and you pay for it with your attention. Level 3, the delegator. You brief the task, leave, and review the result. Level 4, the orchestrator. You design a system where many tasks run and check themselves. Truth 1. This ladder has nothing to do with seniority. There are non-technical founders living at level 3 and 20-year engineers stuck at level 1 because coding ability and trust engineering are completely different skills. Truth 2. Nobody skips levels. Every floor is a trust exercise. And trust is only built by doing. If you try to jump from 1 to 4, the first disaster sends you right back to the chat window. And truth 3, the one to write down. Your level is not what you know. Your level is what happens at 8 pm. So pick the one move for your floor. The plan mode afternoon, the 3 files, the second session. And make it happen this week. I packaged this whole system into a free PDF called the Claude Code Ladder. The 4 levels on one map, the full telltale sign checklist, so you can score yourself honestly. The exact upgrade move for every level, with the commands and the file templates ready to copy. And the 8 pm test on a single page, built to be sent to the friend who thinks he is level 3. Comment the word ladder on this video, and I will send it to you. Now, if this video just told you that you are at level 1 or level 2 and you want the guided version of the climb, I wrote the beginner's guide to Claude Code. It takes you from an empty terminal to confident delegation, step by step in plain language. And if you are further along and want to make it official, there is the Claude Certified Architect Prep Kit, built for the certification exam. Both are linked below. 3 quick things before you go. Subscribe here on YouTube. Real experiments, real receipts every single week. Follow Hyperautomation Labs on Instagram. And follow the Facebook page too, that is where the daily prompts live. Quick tip, this video plays great at 1.25 speed. Comment ladder, pick your move, and I will see you on the 4th floor.